Nice.
Yeah, just wait for this one.
Cool. When it goes to 5. Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It is player ratings time. I'm outside Turf Moor still. I'm still absolutely buzzing. I'm not really sure how to do the player ratings again because it was such a disjointed performance, especially first half. You know, I felt like we were a little bit toothless in attack and stuff, and Burnley did really well against us, and I was a little unsure how we'd go second half. I'm glad that Klopp went with 2 up top. I think, you know, for the most part of that second half, we did play with 2 up top. Obviously, when we get the goal, he changed it around again. But anyway, I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna go Simon Mignolet. I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10. I think, as usual, he was okay. He didn't have anything to do with the goal, as far as I could see. Anyway, the complete other end of the pitch. But his distribution let him down a little bit. But you know what? He worked hard again, as he always does, and he came over to the crowd at the end of the game, and he's given it the absolute beans. It meant the world to him tonight. So I'm sound with that. Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, I'll probably give him a 7 out of 10. No, an 8 out of 10, because that ball that he whips in for Sadio Mane, crucial. And then when Firmino come onto the pitch as well, Firmino just dead easily turning the ball and knocking it out to the right. And he was always providing that option on the right hand side. Defensively, I think he had a little bit of a struggle, if I'm honest with you. I don't think he did anything bad per se, as the rating is a good one, but you know what, I do feel more comfortable with Joe Gomez there. It is what it is. Centre backs, Dejan Lovren, 9 out of 10. I thought he was superb. I thought he was penalised by the referee far too many times, if I'm perfectly honest. I think a 9 out of 10 for Dejan. You know, he gets that ball, he wins the header for the assist for Ragnar Klavan at the end, and he stood up to Barnes and the other centre forward really, really well all day. And I think, as I say, the referee penalised him far too many times. I think we saw at the other end, Dom Solanke was getting called fouls on, Barnes was doing the same to Lovren, nothing was getting done there. Ragnar Klavan, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 as well. He gets the goal to win the game in the 94th minute. Both your centre-halves in the box, both your centre-halves vital to you getting 3 points, and you can tell how much it meant to both of them. And you can tell already that Virgil van Dijk has had an impact on this performance, because the 2 centre-halves getting a performance like that out of them, absolutely superb, loving that. Left back, of course it was Joe Gomez, of course it's another 7 out of 10 for him. Superb again. You know, he's not the attacking threat on the left hand side as he is on the right hand side, that's clear. We saw that, you know, a couple of years ago, when he was playing left back under Brendan Rodgers, but what we saw is a solid, dependable performance from him, and a guy who's been able to rest Andy Robertson with a big derby coming up on Friday, so really happy with that, and I'm looking forward to seeing him back at right back, probably in the derby. Centre of the midfield, Emre Can, I'm going to give him a tough one. I'm split between a 6 and a 7, so I'll go 6.5. I think our midfield was just overrun for the most part of that game, if I think back and stuff, and I think Emre and Wijnaldum needed to do more to get a grip on the game and start spreading the ball out a little bit. I think they struggled because they were getting pressed very quickly, and I think that's something that you can do with Emre Can. If you press him quickly, he does make mistakes and stuff, but he stands up when he needs to. One slide and tackle towards the end of the game, which is what he does when it gets into a dogfight. Emre Can loves it. I mentioned on the final word the other day, he's more of a woodcutter than a carpenter, and that's what we saw from Emre Can as such. Gini Wijnaldum, I thought the game passed him by for large portions of it. I think I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I think, you know, he does what he does. He holds the ball up well and he keeps the ball moving and stuff, but I didn't think he offered himself, same with Can, if I'm honest, enough. And as I said, they were overrun in the middle of the park. Adam Lallana played what looked like a 10 and a 4-2-3-1 for the most part. Great to see him back. One world-class tackle that saves a goal at 0-0. I mean, that's absolutely unbelievable. He had a couple of them. He had 3 of them during the game. That was the only one that really came off. A couple were fouls and stuff, but great to see him again. You know, his touch on the ball is fantastic. He moves the ball quickly. He was looking for 1-2s. He was moving left side. He was moving right side. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Brilliant from Adam Lallana once again. I expect that, but to see that type of a performance when you've not played pretty much all season long is great to see, because he is just going to get better and better and better and better, like we know he can do. Sadio Mane, I'm going to give him I was going to give him a 6 out of 10, but he scored. I badly rated him wrong for the last game. I think I gave him a 5 or a 6 or something, and I forgot all about the assist. He's a difference maker in this game. I think generally speaking his performance was below standards again, below par. His touch wasn't there, he wasn't off himself, he wasn't going around his man, but he gets a vital goal, and as such I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10, because that goal makes all the difference. Liverpool made all the difference to the fans. You could just see us fill with a little bit of confidence. Unfortunately, after that goal we did start to struggle a little bit, but that's what it is. is what it is. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 as well.
Well done.
Fucking hell are you? Who the fucking hell are you?
They're going on with 3 points, mate. How many points have you got?
Dirty, thieving, robbing bastards. Rob the ball.
Mate, that's
You
terrible. How
fucking,
old are you, mate?
you fucking robbed the ball. You robbed the ball. You robbed the ball. You robbed the ball.
You just called
You
us Stephen
robbed-
Scousers.
You robbed
How
the
old
ball.
are you? That's
You robbed
ridiculous.
the ball.
It's a football
You
match.
robbed
Didn't
the
rob
ball.
Look,
The
there's
ball
ball.
went into your stand.
offside.
You
You're
never came
offside.
out.
It's exactly
You
the same
even
in
robbed
yours.
the ball.
What a load
You
of shit.
even robbed the ball.
What a load
You even
of
robbed
shit.
the ball.
From a guy
You
who's
even robbed
in
the
his
ball.
60s, you know what I mean? Can you believe this? What an embarrassment to Burnley, like, I mean, seriously.
Fair result, mate.
Thanks, mate, appreciate it. There you go, that's not. So there you go, that's what happens when you do live shows outside of somebody else's stadium, I suppose. Can you believe that the stereotype still exists in this day and age? He's talking about a fucking football. He's 65 years old, you know what I mean? That's ridiculous. Anyway, where was I? Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think I'd given him an 8 out of 10, and you know, for me, the main thing that I remember from Oxlade-Chamberlain is that desire, that character. You know, Jonathan's just talked about it, and he epitomises that. But winning the ball back in the centre of the park first and foremost in the lead up to the first goal, and then running past a couple of players, knocking it wide to Trent Alexander-Arnold, absolutely key. And it was him just consistently being able to do that. He wasn't as involved as I'd like him to have been first half, but still second half he stepped up when he needed to be, and you can tell Liverpool fans are starting to really like him. Up top, Dom Solanke, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I don't think he was involved again, much like some of the others up top, if I'm honest, weren't that involved. But when he was involved, he fought for everything. You know, a couple of fouls went against him the wrong way, in my opinion. He was still trying late on in the game. You can't ask for more. Bobby Firmino, when he comes on, 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10, 8 out of 10, whatever. I mean, the guy was just oozing class for me. He was the kind of person that we needed to see on that pitch, probably a little bit earlier, to be honest, but putting his ball on, putting his foot on the ball, moving it on quickly, that's what you want to see. Matip, I can't even rate him. And I think I've forgotten another sub, James Milner. Didn't really get into the game, I'm not going to rate him either, but if you've enjoyed the video, if you've enjoyed a 65-year-old making an absolute tit out of himself, do give us a like, do subscribe to the Red Men TV, of course, and if you thought Liverpool deserved to win that game, like the other Burnley fans that I've just spoken to, then do give us a like, subscribe to the Red Men TV on YouTube. I'll see you in a couple of days. We'll be back previewing the Liverpool-Everton FA Cup game.
It deserved to win then, it should have been 1-1.
Should have been 1-1.
No, it should have been 1-1. Everyone would have been happy with a 1-1 result.
I'd have been absolutely gutted, but Burnley played brilliantly. You know, they did what they've done, and Barnes up front gave Lovren a really tough game again, didn't he? Burnley have done well this season so far. I can't disagree with you. I think 1-1 was probably a fair result.
Yeah. When Burnley scored that equaliser late on, I just thought, yeah. And then when Burnley were going forward, I thought, we can't nick it here. It'd be too much, you know, too good to be true. But thought that was too good to be true when you scored yours. So
yeah, well, listen, where we were, the fans were absolutely immense, and rightfully so, because it didn't look like after you scored we were going to get back into that.
And if you don't
like
score, you don't win, do you?
No, it's true, mate, and that's the one thing Burnley haven't done enough this season. I think your biggest win's 2-0, isn't it, so far, all season long.
But we don't concede.
But that's it, like, and fair play, they're a good side, they're a tough side. We've had much easier games of football than Burnley. I've enjoyed coming in anyway. We're going to wrap up the video now. Thanks very much for watching.
Nick Pope for England. 10 clean sheets.
Mate, that left hand save from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I thought it were in.
It was unbelievable save. What a wanking muscle Pope must have there. That was just pure strength. Take it easy, safe journey, mate. Nice one. So there you go. We're just going to wrap it up now. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time on the Red Men TV.